Hello, I'm Amber Ambrose, a tarot reader in Houston, Texas. But actually, what I want to talk about today is shame, right? Super fun. Happy almost Thanksgiving. No, it's just been on my mind and in my heart and in my body and in my feels for the last week and a half. And I've learned a lot this week from it. Shame is so interesting. It's come up. I don't know what's going on or why it's surfacing for me. It's a very deep primal feeling, I think, for most of us, because it's so powerful and it really fuels us in different ways. And a lot of it, I think, we kind of cave in on ourselves. And it's really, to me, the impetus for a lot of spiraling in my own personal life. I'm not sure about you, but instead of spiraling this week, I actually was just kind of curious, and it kept coming up and it kept coming up and it kept coming up in really interesting situations. Like, it started with this old pattern between my husband and I for decades. So that wasn't super surprising. And then, of all places, it came up at the dentist. Again, you just never know where these things are going to hit you. And it came up again in choir practice. And so I was like, there's definitely something that this feeling of shame is trying to teach me. What the hell is it? And part of it is, it's so interesting. It lives in the space between feeling like we're not enough, or we haven't done enough, or we haven't earned enough of something. And then when it kind of kicks in and triggers a reaction in us that we're too much. So we cannot win when it comes to shame. And so what is that trying to teach us? I'm not fully, I don't have the answers to that, but just knowing that, and that it's sort of like this space of creating idealized versions of ourselves that we haven't matched up with, I think creates that shame. And then the shame puts us in a place of emotional turmoil where we've gone from not enough to too much. And so it's just really, again, holding an impossible standard. And holding an impossible standard is a block between us and receiving and giving love. So really, if you get curious, or, in my curiosity, trying to figure out about the energy of shame, it's just a block. It's an excuse. It is a way to carry on the illusion of our unworthiness. I'm not worthy to receive love. I am not lovable. I'm not enough. I'm too much. But you see, there's no way to win when shame comes into the picture. And so what I'm hoping that it's telling us is where I need to forgive myself for falling short, or feeling like I'm not enough, or feeling like I'm too much. It's just self-forgiveness, that's it. And that removes the block. So I don't know, I just thought I'd pull a couple cards around it after I, kind of talked it through in my own way. And just pull a couple cards for now, pull 3. See how they relate to shame in my experience of it this week. Knight of Wands. This is impulsive, acting on impulse. I think for me, this is what it feels like when shame comes into the picture. It's very fast moving. It's quick. It's instant. I don't actually have a lot of time or awareness to kind of slow down enough before it gets there for me to be like, oh, I know what this is. It's coming. Or to expect it. It just hits me out of nowhere, because again, the Knight of Wands is super fast moving wildfire type energy, and it spreads before you blink. You open your eyes and you're like, wow, there's shame. And so for me, it's really hard to just to have a moment to breathe, or to kind of calm myself down, to understand wow, this is what's happening. It's just there. And sometimes that's how life is going to be. We're going to have these feelings that we work really hard on. And also, this is interesting because I've really tried to run from it my whole life. Obviously, it's a very unpleasant feeling. and it really creates a loud voice of self-loathing in my own mind. And it's a part of me because I'm human, and it's a part of everyone because they're human. And so this is how fast it comes for me, and how quickly, like a lot of times I'm trying to run from it by looking for excitement, looking for joy, and trying to replace it. But the real power, and this is the king, is allowing it to surface in your reality and being like, okay, I'm a master of my own environment. And also, like, so pentacles are physical things. They're, physical reality. And for me, this King of Pentacles was not running from it, letting it hit me like a sledgehammer and being like, okay, I'm actually seeing it reflected back to me over and over again through being told that I'm not brushing my bottom teeth in a way that is satisfactory to this dental hygienist, which of course it's not her fault. She's like trying to help me, but like the way I internalize that as shame and being told I'm not good enough. Same thing with choir, when I realized like, oh, there's a whole section of the Hallelujah chorus that I have not learned in a way that I feel confident singing this out loud. And like, oh my gosh, that feeling of I'm letting everybody down and I'm letting myself down, and again, that sort of like caving in. I just, instead of like running from it and getting mad or projecting it onto the people that were mirroring that back to me, I just sat with it. And I was like, wow, hold on. I am not afraid of this anymore. I'm the master of my own life. What is everything on the outside trying to tell me about what's happening on the inside? And that was transformative. That is not a normal thing that I do. And it felt really good to do it that way. Finally, the Ten of Swords. This is the card, for some reason, that follows me everywhere throughout my life. And I've learned to make peace with it. Acceptance. Letting the shame kind of eat me alive. Letting it rip me open, rip me to shreds. Not in a harmful way, but in a like, okay, like peel back some layers. Yes, I do not have all the answers. I cannot and do not want to run from this anymore. I am in a place where I can sit with it like a big girl. And this is what I come out feeling like I've been through the ringer. Like I've been put through a pasta. You know, when you make pasta, you have to like run it through the thing and flatten it and flatten it and flatten it and flatten it till I get to the essence, to the core of who I am. This is a good sign for me personally. When this card comes up, it means I'm getting to the reality of the truth inside. What do I need to surrender to? What are these ideas? What are these illusions? What are this voice of self-loathing that I need to listen to and say, actually, what you need is love. What you need is to let go of the block of unworthiness, the deepest rooted wound that I have, and many people have, probably over lifetimes. I don't know. It doesn't matter, because that's what I'm aware of it. It's the voice of unworthiness, just looking for an outlet. And this is me saying, okay, say what you need to say so that I can let go of you. Or tune into you and say this, where do I need forgiveness? Self-forgiveness. And sometimes where do I need to forgive others for mirroring what I needed to hear or see or acknowledge that's happening within my own heart? The ego does not like that. It's okay. If it would be easy, we'd all be pretty boring. But anything that is hard is usually worth it. And I don't know, I'm ready to examine shame and not run for it in a new and curious way. And I hope you are too. How is shame showing up for your life lately? What is it teaching you? I'm curious. Tell me in the comments.